What mask do you wear? We all keep parts of ourselves hidden, some more than others. We all have a mask that covers up the feelings we want to hide. What does your mask look like? Find out. Interesting. So I'm very much someone who very much masks my feelings quite a lot. Just because it's much easier for me to deal with myself rather than having people try and decipher them for me. I get very stressed when I try to do that, so I just tend to leave it. But I'm fine helping other people with how they're feeling and how to decipher their feelings and how to help with them. Very much don't listen to my own advice kind of thing. If you do have feelings that you don't understand or you're not sure about, you should definitely talk to someone about them just to try and get them in the open and get a better understanding of them. But I don't, because I've got a god complex when it comes to feelings, which makes me an idiot. So, let's begin. Oh, bloody hell. Are you funny? I'm hilarious. I can be. I have a dry wit. Nah. I think for me, I can be. I'd like to think I'm hilarious, but I think it's more I can be funny sometimes. Even if it's just myself. Amount of times I've pulled a joke and I've killed myself laughing and Jane's just not amused at all. I'd definitely say I can be funny. You suffer from depression. Oh. Does clinically mean only if it's being diagnosed? I haven't. Well, no, maybe I have. I don't get treated for it though. I don't know if it counts. I maybe should, but you know. Let's say yeah. Yeah, actually no. Yeah, because I've been in that dark hole a few times, so we'll say yes for that one. Are you secure in your appearance? No, I think I'm way too fat. I want to be a lot thinner, and I try to wear. I don't wear the things that I want to wear. I wear the things that cover what I don't want people to see. Yeah. So, no. Do you stand by your convictions? I'm not one that does though. Like, I'd happily just. I think it's to a degree. Like, I do have strong feelings towards stuff, but I don't fight half of them. If someone's got a different opinion or if someone wants to have a different opinion on it, it's like, sure, I'll just let them do what they want and I'll just carry on doing my own thing. So, to a degree, depends on the subject. Do you like hugs? Yeah. Oh, sure, they're my favorite thing. In some moments, when they are the conventional thing to do, I will accept them, but they're not my thing. No, like, I love a good hug, me. I love a good hug. Like, there's nothing sexual about it. It's like, I mean, me saying that sexual means I partially think it's sexual, but it's not. For me, with hugs, I kind of see it more as, like, it's what really good friends do. Oh, it's like, it's that connection, that physical connection sort of increases it a bit more, and then that helps you to get to understand someone more, I guess. I don't know, it's just something I've always thought. Hugs are great, yeah, absolutely love them. Have you ever said they don't know who they're dealing with? Yes, but just to be funny. A lot, yes. Just to be funny, maybe once or twice. No. It's always just to be funny for me. I don't have... To say they don't know who they're dealing with. It's a thing of like conflict. It's like there's a conflict there, or it's about to be there, and I've got this kind of like I do get a God complex with some things, but I would not in any situation where that would account. It's more to do with my knowledge rather than anything else. Whereas dealing with kind of like it's that sense of confliction, which I don't do. So if anything, it's just to be funny. It's you'll typically hear it when I'm streaming. Sometimes and it is just to be a laugh, like if I'm fighting a boss or something. Do you laugh at inappropriate times? Like enough that one of your friends might give you a side eye? People have said so, but I don't think it was inappropriate. So for me, I laugh at awkward situations. So the most common times I will laugh is if I don't know, it sounds horrible out of context, but for some reason in context, it's just the. So say like an animal dies, and obviously Jane's there. Jane's my partner who absolutely loves animals. Yeah, I like a kid surfing in the game. Like the awkwardness that generates, the awkwardness of that situation, that you know it's an inappropriate situation, just kind of makes me laugh. Like, I think it's almost like, no, you shouldn't laugh at this. Don't laugh, and then all of a sudden your brain just wants to start laughing. I think that's what it is. So yeah, it has been a problem where like Jane's upset about an animal dying, and I'm laughing just at the sheer awkwardness of it. So yeah, it's definitely been a problem before. Pick a movie: Anchorman, Girl Interrupted, Love Actually, or Braveheart. I mean, the only one I like out of those is Anchorman. I've never seen Love Actually. I make a point of trying not to watch Love Actually because it's one of Jane's favourite Christmas movies. And Braveheart I've never seen, not bothered by either. I've never heard of Girl Interrupted, so I'm just going to take this. I'm not interested. So Anchorman, super easy. Graphical, it's inappropriate. It's one of the biggest subversions of expectations. Yes, see, Laquette's with me. Yes, yeah, definitely. That's definitely the correct way of putting it. Where would you rather get a drink? Pub, underground bar no one knows about, mainstream coffee shop, or a restaurant? Restaurant, I guess, because then food, right? Like if you're gonna get a drink, it's in a restaurant, you're probably gonna be able to get food as well. Oh yeah, I've always said like, unfortunately, me and Laquetta have to hold back to avoid offending people. But I think if me and Laquetta were just in a room, or if it was just me and Laquetta in a situation and no one was there, we'd be like he's the only person I know that has as dark a humour as I do. And I say that because most people don't know how dark my humour gets. Only really Jane knows. And obviously Sarah vicariously through Laquetta, I guess. But yeah, my actual sense of humour is probably about as dark as... Yeah, exactly. Whereas I would find those even more so hilarious. So yeah, it's a shame, but you're right, we do have to keep... As much as it's not safe for work, there's always that limit, unfortunately. But yeah, no, definitely in line with Laquetta on a lot of things. So I would rather get a drink. I think the restaurant, like underground bar, no one knows about. Maybe it's because it's quiet. Maybe, but I think I'd rather have food than somewhere quiet. Almost, it's a fine line, but I think I'd say restaurant. Underground bar could be anything. Say nah. Oh shit. How often do you think you're right? Not all the time. No one's perfect. Ooh, almost always is a... You know what? I can't. Because where's Spain? No worries, Crimson. Thank you much for stopping by. Thank you for joining the Discord. I'd absolutely love to see more of you. Obviously, if you can't get to any streams, don't worry about it. I'll always be here. Wednesdays, Fridays, Mondays, and Saturdays. Don't know why I'm giving that order, but I'm typically around those nights, so it'd be lovely to see more of you. Catch you later, video. I'm going to say pretty often. Outside of times that I'm asked geography questions that I don't know, or trivia. But to me, how often do you think you're right? Kind of spouts from like, I don't know, common sense. Yes, I think I'm right to do this. I do also think as myself sometimes, so I'd say pretty often. I'm relatively confident with a lot of stuff. Best being isn't believing you're wrong. Being right about your belief, but you don't know where it is. Right, fair. Pretty often. You fuck off. You're scrolling social media and someone has posted another lost dog in your hometown. Do you share? Doesn't pull at my heartstrings, but yes, if it's definitely if it's in my area, I do my best to try and make sure the dog gets found. So yes. You leave me alone. Pick a t-shirt. Interesting. Quirky joke that almost no one will get. I don't think quirky jokes what I would go for. Yellow with a black zigzag. Black rose, I heart NY. Well, that supports a cause I believe in. None of them. I guess the closest would be quirky joke no one will get, because I like ones with like video game puns on them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Is your sandwich a cause? Oh, that's fair. So it's either the top one or the bottom one, but they are one and the same. I'm gonna pick this one as a kind of like, not quite. Oh, I don't think it's gonna be what I wanted. It's I don't know what it means by black rose. It seems very specific for something that's intending to be vague. I don't know. I assume it's meant to be like an artsy top. I don't know, but I tend to go for ones with like things on them. I don't know. I'm gonna pick this one. I think it's wrong though. Pick an animal. Oh, so like the actual black rose. Yeah, which kind of sounds nice, but again, it's not really something I'd wear because it's like, okay, what does that say? If it was an actual like nice shirt, then yeah, I guess black rose would be quite nice. Pick an animal: duck, swan, rabbit, eagle, bear cub, mama bear. Guess eagle out of these. Duck and swans are fine, but I'm not both bothered by them. Rabbits are boring. I'm not bothered about bears, whether they're young or old. So eagles I just find quite intriguing. If you were confronted with Bigfoot, what would your reaction be? I'd laugh because, of course, my phone battery would be dead and I couldn't take a picture. That is the kind of sod's law I would have. I would despair that I was definitely losing my mind. Pretend I didn't see a thing. Try to find any evidence I possibly could. Leave it alone, let it enjoy its peace. Defend myself and anyone else with me. You don't know it's going to be aggressive. Like, if anything, it's definitely not aggressive, right? Anybody that thinks they've seen it, they've never had a fight with it. But I want to find evidence, like, for proof that Bigfoot was real. Like, that would be all over the place, right? I would try to find evidence, I guess. Because you know for a fact that no one's going to believe you, so you'd either have to accept the fact that you can never talk about it ever again. Or, yeah, I mean, I guess even the evidence would be proven as fake, because there's never enough evidence to actually track it down. This is an interesting one, actually. Not do I believe in Bigfoot, which I don't, just for the record. But no, you actually just stumble across him. What happens? Oh, my dad's a strong believer in it. That my dad believed Bigfoot exists. Like, really strongly. Like, complete opposite to me. There's some there are some decent questions here. Unfortunately, I lose track of like which brands I've used now. Let's come back. Confuse you with Bigfoot. Confuse you with Bigfoot. Fair. Quite possibly. Because I wouldn't want to get into it. I think I'll just leave it alone, you know. I don't think it's going to bother me. Surely I wouldn't know. I'd be thinking of the money, surely. But I don't think evidence would be useful. This feels like a cheap option, but I would definitely have it where I've just got the... Then again, I wouldn't leave the house with an uncharged phone. No, I'd leave it alone and let it enjoy its peace. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that one. Do you cry when dogs die in movies? Yeah, little always. I don't even watch Notice movies. So Jane does not watch. We've had it. So for those that don't know, there's a website called Does the Dog Die? It's literally in everything. You can search anything, and you find it to the point of we were looking at it was an episode of House where it starts with a dog, and I'm like, I think the dog dies. I think, and I was saying, I'm like, I think the dog becomes a part of the investigation, and he passes away, and that's how they learn it. And she's like, I need to find out, because if we're doing that, I'm not watching it. And with like, doesthedogdie.com, I think that's what it is. Yeah, dog dies, mint, we're not watching it. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, a little. Because I've always grown up with dogs. I always liked dogs. So I don't like the idea of thinking of one passing away. Like, I Am Legend was kind of brutal. I think it's the way it builds it up as well sometimes. But yeah, a little. What is your spirit flower? Baby daisy, black orchid, mum lily, white rose, red rose with thorns. Black orchid because I'm a goth and I don't like flowers. Sure. I don't like flowers, that's really hard for me to answer. What kind of comedy is the funniest? Fail, dark, situational, true, relationships, and roasting. It's got to be dark. Fail's second, but oh man, just like I said, it's that subversion that comes with like dark humor where your brain's going, this is inappropriate. Oh wait, you just try to make it funny. That's hilarious. Like, yeah. Do you enjoy watching dramas? Not because they're too sad, it's because I find them boring and scripted. I guess sometimes like what happens in them, like I guess House is a hospital drama, but I kind of watch it more for the science of it. So I don't know. I'll say Sunrise because too sad's not the reason I don't watch them, so. What do you think of buzzards? Buzzards on a bird? I'm not confused as to what a buzzard is. No, a buzzard's a bird. Well, what kind of question is this? I don't give a fuck. Where's the answer? I don't care. Goofy the gross, misunderstood and unappreciated custodians of the world. I guess if that's happening, it would be that one, because I don't find them goofy or gross. I don't know. Oh, your peer group is challenged by another group to change its opinion. 3 of you have one opinion, 1 doesn't. 1 is staying out of it. Which one are you? Don't give a shit. In the UK, saying vultures may be better. Oh. Okay. 1 of the 3, the one that doesn't agree, I want to stay out of it. I'll be staying out of it. If you've got an opinion, brilliant. I don't care. Like, I have an opinion, you don't need to care. Do we have to try and change each other's opinions? Not right now. If it's deciding on what food to eat, then maybe, but if I've got 3 other people trying to change your mind, I've got 1 person disagreeing and wanting to change everybody else's mind, whatever. I'll just have whatever. Any situation where there's multiple people trying to change an opinion between themselves, I just don't care. I just opt out. Let people do what they want, and then if they come to a decision, mint. How creative are you with your choices? Like fashion or art or entertainment, for instance? No. I tend not to get too far from what my group is into. Why group though? Why does it have to be regarding a group? I guess have a couple of quirks. So like I'm playing Magic the Gathering. Yeah, how mainstream are you? Not very. Yeah, that's fair. A couple of quirks, I guess. Tend to try and like go for be different in some way, but at the same time, if my group is, yeah, if my group's got a flaw, I tend to follow that. So I'll say a couple of quirks. Wait. If someone showed what they said were facts, that something you believed in was wrong, what would you do? That they said were facts. Time to get lost. Question which of us would know better. Consider their point of view. Point of view, not point of view. And my basis of belief to find the truth. Probably ignore them, but not because I cared either way. I mean, like, yeah, again, like, if someone's come up with evidence, being like, oh, look at this, like, this is like ghosts are real, look, and I'm like, whatever, like, sure. Brilliant. Like, I'm probably not going to believe it until I actually experience this evidence myself. So, and I'm not bothered about finding the truth. There's very few, like, not always, like, this very situation. Look, I found real Bigfoot eggs. So you can stop calling me crazy now. It's like, sure, I'll not call, if you offended me calling you crazy, sure. But I'm not bothered. I'm not going to say that they now exist because you've shown me some eggs that you found in the fridge. Or some ostrich eggs that you've painted beige. I don't know. No. Like, I'm just not bothered. So, yeah. But again, it can vary. Obviously, if it's something where the truth needs to be found out, then, yeah, I guess there would be the second one. But for the most part, given the questions I've been asked previously, yeah, I'm not fussed. I'm not fussed at all. Pick a puppy. Right. So that's a German Shepherd, but we'll go through many. But Great Dane, Black Lab, Corgi, German Shepherd, Pit Bull. So German Shepherd's definitely top pick. Pit Bull, Black Lab. Then there'd be a tie between Great Dane and Corgi. I guess it's like big dogs. I guess Great Dane would be up there, but German Shepherd's an easy choice for me. My favourite doggo. You're in the movie theatre and the show's over. Everyone is walking up to the steps and you trip. Oh, nah. Everyone is walking up the steps and you trip. What do? Make a joke out of it, say excuse me, get out of the way. Keep your head up and exit quickly and hope no one saw. Yeah, I hate it. I just hate the feeling of making a fool of myself. Yes, I know I stream, but there's at least an element of use a hate or that kind of thing, whereas in public it's like, nah. Well, the stairs wouldn't even give me. No, for me it's like, no, forget it happened, get out as soon as you can, kind of thing. Yeah, no. What would you do if there was 100% chance no one could see? What would you do if there was a 100% chance? Not 99, 100% chance. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly the same. Like, sing about in public, like, making it for yourself. And that, hate it. Cry, watch a rom-com, wear something completely opposite of what I normally do, look at information that is not in line with my beliefs, tear something up, or throw dishes at a wall, do something indulgent like go to a spa. I don't find any... So if we look at like why this question's being asked, it's because you don't want anybody to see you doing this. And it's like, well, I don't mind people seeing me cry. I guess maybe, well then again, I guess I will sort of try to hold it, I guess, because I hate the feeling of crying. So I guess I would maybe do that one. Watch a rom-com, I would watch a rom-com anyway. That's something completely different is what I normally do. Well, no, because typically I'll go out and what I enjoy wearing. Closer would be I wear pajama bottoms when I'm at my desk. That's about as far as I go. Luckily, official is not with my beliefs. No, I tend not to research things that are like outside my beliefs. Again, it's this kind of like ignorance I have with that kind of thing, but like blissful ignorance where I'm not being a twat about it. It's like, sure, you do you kind of thing. So, tear something up or throw dishes at a wall. That seems very specific. It's not something I would want. I would hope I have 100% on saying I don't really get why I'd be bothered. I think it would make good content if I started throwing plates at that wall, so no. I do something indulgent like go to a spa. Again, if you saw me going to a spa, I'd be like, cool, good on him, he's looking after himself. Spa's great for your mental health. So, I guess cry, but these have all seen... like, 100% chance someone would say, you would be like, pick my nose and eat it. I don't know, like that kind of like craziness. I don't know. Research mom beliefs once makes the Bible seem grounded in logic. Yeah, I watched a thing where like it was Mormons that managed to get out. It sounds worse than this, but it's what they made it sound like. Essentially, is that they were entrenched in the Mormon faith, and then they managed to like do research and realize that really no, this isn't the thing for me. And then they got out and they just start going over like some of the stuff like that you just can't do as a Mormon. It's like, oh wow, yeah, that's crazy. I'll say cry, but whatever. You've literally seen me cry on stream, so how sad are you? I have no reason to be. Unfortunately, depression is one of those things. Saw a TikTok of some girl asking her dad is to love her even though she didn't want to be a mom anymore. Say, I can't love you without the Lord. Yeah, that's like, yeah, exactly it. Already, like it's so gridlocked, I guess is the way like to make it sound that severe. Like from the sounds of it, like if anything you do could anger the Lord, then you might as well kill yourself, kind of thing. Although I think suicide's also not allowed, but the point's there. Oh, sorry, you. I don't think sad's the right word. But yeah, exactly, Odie, like... I'm gonna say I'm not sad. But some days, you just can't be arsed. Wouldn't say that's being sad, that's just... everything gets a bit more difficult that day, I guess. You don't get sad about it, you just get either angry or frustrated or... not sad, just sick of shit. Yeah. I don't think that kind of falls into being sad. Yeah, we'll say I'm not. Not sad, just depressed. That's like I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed, isn't it? That's fantastic. Might use that. Do you use laughter to cover up embarrassment? No. I try to ignore any level of embarrassment. So, no. If I ever get embarrassed, I tend to like climb up and just run away and hide. Nice. Good one. Good. Yeah, so I'm gonna say no. I tend not to. If I'm ever in a situation where I'm embarrassed, I tend to just run away and hide or go really quiet and hope that people forget about what happened, kind of thing. So, no, I'm sorry, but no. Do you want people to think you're kind? Again, nice wording of the question. Well, sure, most definitely. I suppose it's not important. Yeah, I try and make a fair point of coming across as kind, because not just kind, but obviously it comes across. It develops other things like being approachable, being trusted with stuff, all that kind of stuff. And being kind from the get-go very much kind of leads into all that. I like to think I am, but I also make a point to try and make sure people think I'm kind. Even if some traits or beliefs or some things I do maybe don't align me perfectly with being kind, it helps socially when people think you're kind. So that's why I do it. So most definitely. Do you want people to think you're tough? Ooh. See, the last one had it's not important. I want this one to say it's not important. But kind of. Both emotionally and physically. I mean, physically tough is whatever, but like, I like that kind of formidability? No, what's the word? I like to be looked on as being tough because then that gives me some kind of like stature, I guess. I don't know what context, but it kind of sounds right in my head. And then emotionally, if you can present yourself as being emotionally tough, that gives other people the confidence to open up to you. So in line with like being kind and stuff, if you come across as emotionally tough, not like show-offingly tough, as in like, I'm not even bothered about your issues. I don't even bother about my issues. I'm fine, kind of thing. I'm more mean like, yeah, like I've got stuff going on, but it's manageable and I'm getting there and take each day as it comes and you just kind of get there. And then it gives people that kind of confidence to confide in you with stuff. Which runs in line with, obviously, we had it before where, what was it? Me and Sarah kind of bonded over, where it's that feeling of being needed, kind of works like that. So I guess, yeah. I think we even say most definitely with that, but maybe in more ways than it wants to give me, but I'm gonna go for it. Here we go. Fucking hell, you wear the mask of tragedy. You know the mask of tragedy is part of the pair that's included in the mask of comedy. Includes the mask of comedy. You aren't as depressed as you may appear, even though you have a tragic mask on. Oh, fuck off, man. I hate you so much. Fuck off. Even though you have a tragic mask on, there are places inside you that are happy. Oh, I'm gonna kill this thing. But you think you need the mask of tragedy to be taken seriously and to be seen as valuable. Bad things may happen to you, you have legitimate feelings of tragedy, but it doesn't have to be all that defines you. It's okay to recover. I like that one. Yeah, I definitely like that one. With the mask of faith, says Laketa. This mask isn't specific to religion. It could be a mask of faith about anything from religion to science to a political structure. Some people believe in these things without wearing them as masks, but in your case, it may be a mask. If you're wearing your faith on the outside, it may be because you feel like your faith is being threatened. Not that the faith is threatened on the outside, but your belief in it is threatened. Interesting. I mean, whether it be social beliefs, religious or political or whatever, like it says, I don't know if that fully falls in line with you, Laketa, does it? Or does it? Does it hit more than you expect it to? But yeah, I think mine's pretty good. I mean, apart from, I think I'm maybe more depressed than AP, but it varies. Even though you have a trouser mask on, places inside you that are happy, that's true. We think you need a mask to be taken seriously and to be seen as valuable. To be seen, I want me to be seen as valuable. Did we? Oh shit. Holy shit, alright. Fair. How to deal with failings and tragedy, yes. But it doesn't have to be all that defines you. It's okay, recover. So I had a really bad breakup, like it's too long ago now to count. But I've always felt like it's had a knock-on effect, but I've always tried to kind of move on from it at the same time. It's affected me in a lot of ways. Too many to count at this point, but I also try not to make it the thing that. But at the same time, I always say, like, everything happens for a reason, and you are shaped by those things that happen, kind of thing. But you can still recover from them. I wouldn't say so because I don't care what people think of me or my beliefs. So hard for me. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You're very much like, yeah, you don't care what other people think. So I mean, that's fair. No way. Maybe you just answered it wrong. Look at it. I feel the same way though. I don't like it telling me how to. Yeah, that's the only part. But I guess no one would like you being. No one who suffers from depression would like to be told they're not actually that depressed. That's very much a kind of like, no, don't do that to a depressed person. But yeah, it's just a wall of text, isn't it? But yeah, no, that was definitely an interesting one. I'd be curious. I mean, obviously, Simon, snap out of work. Just stop being sad. Yeah, no, it's great. I know, obviously, Jim would have liked to do this one. Maybe try and get you to post it in the Discord, maybe at some point. But yeah.